Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and by now most of you have heard about the heightened alert that Southern California has been put on in regards to, well, earthquake activity. Now we all know it's not a matter of if a major earthquake will one day hit California, but when and where is the actual question here. Now, what I want to do in this report is not only show you information that they're not telling you in regards to what's going on in Southern California with those quakes, but also what they're not telling you about the Cascadian fault zone and the recent activity that you didn't hear in the mainstream media. So I'm going to take you to the actual maps and show you that information. But as it sits, California is under heightened alert until Tuesday due to 142 tremors felt down in Southern California there, and they're predicting it could be a 7.0 or higher. But their statistics on that, well, they're rather interesting. So I think the best thing to do is let's delve into that. All right, so here is one of the main reports on this heightened alert for the California area. This is on fox6now.com, and it's heightened earthquake alert issued for California. You can notice this was issued today. Southern Californians are to remain on this particular alert all the way through Tuesday. And let me just scroll down a bit because I want to show you something here. And that's this. They say the probability of the quake with a magnitude of 7.0 or higher on the southern Andreas Fault being triggered is as high as 1 in 100 and as low in 1 in 3,000. And on any given week, it's 1 in 6,000. So let's hit the pause button there. So instead of giving us an actual statistics and saying, hey, this is the probability that this thing is going to go off, they say, well, it's as high as this or as low as this. It's somewhat of a range, but it's not a real solid answer to the probability of something happening. I mean, that's strange if you ask me, but nonetheless, there's been 142 tremors in the area. And if you're in the California area, just make sure you are on high alert for this particular one. Now, let me take you real quickly, and this is the USGS website, the earthquake activity of what happens. And on the side here, I can kind of scroll, and I'm just going to focus on this area here in the United States. But you can plug in, let's go, last 7 days, last day, 2.5 or higher. You can see that's exactly in that area of concern where another tremor was obviously heard, well, very recently. Moving back. Okay, so now let's plug in 30 days, 4.0 or higher. So, well, in the last 30 days, we have a 5.6. You can see on the lower left-hand side here, we have a 4.6. And we have a 5, I think that's a 5.0 back there. And this is all in that or near that Cascadian subduction zone that they have released on Fox News, saying they are more worried about that particular area than about any other. Now, we know that FEMA also did a drill practicing for that particular zone. And I'll show you that in a moment. But nonetheless, I've heard nothing in the news about some of these high-end earthquakes. Now, that said, let's go back to the 2.5 within the last 7 days. Now, as you can see, this is kind of what their worry is here, where a series of 142 different tremors in one area, you can see these back-to-back here, have happened just within the last week. The orange means within the last day. White means it's older, within 30 days or whatnot. As far back as you can go is that 30-day count. But nonetheless, that is the area of concern that they're bringing up at this moment and having that heightened alert. But like I said, they didn't, or I never heard any information on some of these major ones over here that kind of are near that Cascadian subduction zone, so to speak, where they have warned of certain tsunamis. Now, I said earlier that FEMA has done a entire ordeal on this Cascadian fault zone area. You can see here it is, but this is on the FEMA.gov website. I'll leave a link for it, and all the information is on it. They say the exercise scenario includes an 8 to 9.0. Now, I've already gone over this, and it's likely you have heard this on my channel, if not other channels, but I want to bring it back up because they're obviously practicing for something going down in California, be it in that Cascadia area or be it in Southern California where they're having the multiple tremors. But either way, they're definitely both a bit worrisome. Now, here is a report I want to show you, which is why I guess I'm bringing back up the Cascadia. I want to show you here on thebulletin.com, Cascadia rising. American Red Cross volunteers are ready. Well, when did they officially be done? September 24th, 2016. Now, are they truly preparing only for the Cascadian fault zone area, or maybe are they also preparing, obviously, for what is going down right now in Southern California? Now, we all know that a big one will eventually hit California. We just don't know when. But nonetheless, you can see that the Red Cross is ready to go, and this was on September 24th of this year for this particular catastrophe, so to speak. All right, so there you have it. That's what they are not telling you, well, about both of what is going on in the area, both the Cascadian fault line and what's going on in Southern California there. But nonetheless, like I said earlier, we don't really know when these things are going to strike or hit. But what I do know is that they are preparing. They are preparing for something, be it something that happens down south, up north in California, or something that doesn't happen at all for quite some time. Well, it's a matter of time, maybe not at all, but we know it's a matter of time. These things have gone off in the past and will continue in the future. So my heart is with all of you guys, but my job here as a journalist and getting information out is just to bring the information to you and let you do with it what you decide is best. Nonetheless, I wanted to bring you the latest on all of that, and please leave your comments below. I'd love to hear them, but please make sure you are prepared. Make sure you have food and water and these kinds of things on hand, especially if you are in the California area. I use foodforliberty.com/haven, but there's lots of different things that you can do, packing your own, all of that. But I am a very huge stander in anything that has to deal with prepping. I encourage everyone to do so. Also, check out www.getthetea.com. He's got great stuff. He's got great iodine sources straight from the sea, also as well as detox. He is a very big detoxer, and you've got to keep your gut clean to be healthy in this day and age. Anyhow, wanted to bring you the latest. This is Lisa Haven signing off.